Want to know if your book will sell before you start promoting it? There's one question to ask yourself, and if you have an answer, chances are you'll be able to sell your book easily. And if you don't have an answer, it's time to find one. You'll use this answer on your website, in your book funnel. When you tell people about your book, you'll utilize it everywhere. Are you ready? Here it is. Who is this book for? Did you guess it? Did you know that was going to be the question? Tell me in the comments. Now you might be wishing that this were a more magical key. You've probably heard before that you need to figure out who your ideal reader is. And that's because, yeah, it's that important. This is the number one thing that you need to know to promote your book effectively. When you know who will most want your book, then marketing becomes as simple as just putting it in front of them. Would this guy benefit from this book? Maybe. Is he likely to want to read it? Not really. So stop making marketing more difficult on yourself. At least start with the low-hanging fruit of people who are going to be interested in your book's topic. So here's an exercise to think through. Think about who will most benefit from your book and what is one sentence you can use that tells that person that this is the book for them. It's a type of tagline. It doesn't tell the physical details like the topic of the book. It gives people the emotional draw. Now, there'll be another video about the hook and coming up with that tagline. For now, we're going to stay focused on marketing to the correct person. Let me relate this back to my degree in poetry writing because I see a very similar mindset in authors and entrepreneurs of all kinds. We go into writing a poem thinking, I want everyone to relate to this and feel the emotional connection, so I better keep all the details very generic so everyone can see themselves in it. And when you do that, what actually happens is you get a very bland and boring poem that no one gets a strong emotional response to. You've kept it too vague and too safe. The surprising thing is, the more details you infuse into that poem, the stronger people relate to it, even people who don't match those details, because it's an emotional truth that matters most and that resonates when you make it feel real. So it turns out that the more specific you can be with your details, the more relatable it becomes. We see ourselves in the emotions of the details. For example, one of the most moving pieces of writing I have ever come across is one sentence in the Black Panther movie. Bury me in the ocean with my ancestors that jumped from the ships because they knew death was better than bondage. Now, there is no part of that I physically relate to, but the emotion knocks my socks off every time. It is so powerful. Don't be afraid to get super specific about who your book serves, who you are writing it for, who you have written it for. The right people will resonate with it emotionally and feel drawn to it. The people who are never going to like it won't feel that draw, and it won't ruin your reviews with readers who just don't get your message. Once you get this down, you'll want to envision that person in every piece of marketing that you do. Speak to them on your website, in your book funnel, in your book description, when you offer it on stage, even if it's just in the back of your mind as you're writing copy. Knowing the answer to this question will change everything about the salability of your book. Now, if you're not sure how a funnel is different from a website, you'll want to watch this video next.